What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to look at plantar fasciitis, which is pain on the sole of the foot. The plantar fascia is a dense connective tissue that basically runs from the front of the heel up here to the metatarsal head. So if you have pain in this sole region of the foot, you'll want to check out today's video. There's been some more recent research on this condition, and some of the old strategies we used to recommend aren't as effective, but there are some new ones that involve different positions of the big toe and ways to stretch and strengthen the plantar fascia that most patients are unaware of. So if you've got this issue, stay tuned for today's exercises. When we look at plantar fasciitis, most people who come into the clinic who are having this type of pain, like I said, they'll have pain on the sole of their foot. It'll often be first thing in the morning when you get out of bed, the first time you put your foot down on the ground and put weight on it. That will cause a quick stretch on the plantar fascia and can create a sharp pain in the bottom of the foot. Other situations that can provoke this are maybe you've done a lot of walking recently, something like that, or more running than usual, or maybe you changed your shoe wear, or maybe you've been barefoot quite a bit more than normal. If we look at the sole of the foot and the arch of the foot, everybody's arch can vary a bit, but what happens is that when you are standing unsupported for long periods of time, or just walking more than normal, like I said, or even just standing for long periods, it puts stress on the muscles in the sole of the foot and the plantar fascia. And if that's done in a higher volume than you're used to, it can cause pain on the sole of the foot. Plantar fasciitis, we call it fasciopathy now, is similar to a tendinitis. Your plantar fascia is a connective tissue like our tendons and ligaments. So we think of fasciitis kind of like tendinitis, which means when we go through rehabilitation, we're going to implement exercises that strengthen and load the tissue and also stretch it. And this is what the newer research has looked at. So really a combination of a plantar fascia stretch and plantar fascia loading and strengthening have the best evidence at this current point in time. And I'll put a citation for this research article I'm talking about right now in the description. So check that out if you want to read more. But there's basically going to be 3 exercises, so let's jump into them. In this first exercise, the first 2 exercises really, we're going to look at stretches for the calf muscles and for the plantar fascia. I've got a tool here that a friend of mine makes called the Fasciitis Fighter. It's a great tool for this because in order to target the plantar fascia, we want to pre-position the big toe in dorsiflexion. That's this position where I've got it lifted up off the ground. So you don't have to have something like this. You could roll up a towel really tightly, or if you've got something, about this height in your house that you could put your toe on, maybe you put a towel over the top just to make it a little bit softer, that can work too. So our calf muscles come down, attach into the Achilles tendon, and then we have myofascial tissues that run around the heel and into our plantar fascia. So we've known for a long time in physical therapy that stretching the calf muscles can help people with plantar fasciitis. Adding the big toe dorsiflexion just makes it even more effective. So we're going to do 2 stretches for the calf muscles. We've got our gastrocnemius muscle here on top and then soleus down below. We're going to do 2 different stretches for those muscles. Both will target the calf muscles and plantar fascia and those myofascial connections. So what you'll do is put the big toe up. For this first one, the other leg you're going to step forward, and for this one we're going to keep the knee straight. So this kind of looks like that typical calf stretch that most people are used to. Your knee is straight. I feel this mostly in my calf muscles, but again, because that big toe is in dorsiflexion and my ankle is now in dorsiflexion, that's going to put some tension and stretch on the plantar fascia. So for this stretch, you want to do 2 to 4 repetitions of it and hold for 20 to 30 seconds each time. And this can be done every day until your pain is better. The second version of the stretch is basically going to be the same position in our last stretch, but we're going to bend our knee, which will target more down lower, the soleus muscle, and even the joint a little bit more of the ankle. So again, start with your toe up, and this time you're going to dorsiflex your ankle but bend your knee. And so bending the knee moves the stretch more to our soleus muscle and takes it off of gastrocnemius a little bit. When the knee bends, gastrocnemius is put on slack and it takes some tension off of it. So again, 2 to 4 repetitions and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. this will help get soleus in our plantar fascia. So we're getting, each stretch gets a different calf muscle and the plantar fascia. The last exercise here is going to focus on loading the plantar fascia and strengthening the calf muscles and even the plantar fascia a bit. That might sound counterintuitive, but we normally think of strengthening our muscles, but when you strengthen, you actually can cause adaptations in connective tissue like the plantar fascia, and loading these tissues has been shown to help reduce pain. So what you're going to do is start in our same position with the toe in dorsiflexion, and then you're just going to do a calf raise. So make sure I'm holding onto the wall here for balance. That's fine to do. You don't have to worry about your balance. I have my leg up like this so you can see, but you don't have to. You could put it down here. You don't have to have it up like I've got. So the other leg just has to be off the ground, and then you're basically just going to do a calf raise. So this fasciitis fighter I've got here is kind of nice because it has a little pad under the balls of my toes, so it's a little bit soft. So maybe do it over carpet or something that's a little softer, and again, lift that big toe into dorsiflexion. And then you're going to go through single leg calf raises, nice and slow and controlled. And this type of calf raise with the big toe up, again, will target the plantar fascia versus a just normal calf raise, which would be more focused just on the calf muscles. So for this exercise, go for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. It's okay if you feel mild discomfort during this exercise, as long as you're not worse after it. If things get worse, then just do 1 or 2 sets, just dial it back a little bit and build up over time. Okay, so those are the 3 exercises that are really more current in the research. We've got 2 stretches and a strengthening exercise. All of them with the big toe and dorsiflexion will help to target the plantar fascia. Like I said, most patients, most of my patients have no idea that this is a strategy, the idea of putting the big toe up like this, but it's a newer thing in the research, and like I said, I'll put the research article down below in the description. So please, as always, let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.